Hi, and welcome to the Raw, Real, and Rebelicious podcast. My name is Michelle Rebel Coops, and as a personal branding coach, I guide and mentor high-achieving professionals and entrepreneurs to liberate themselves from the invisible shackles that keep them from expressing themselves authentically and unapologetically in work, life, and even love. I believe we can all become our own powerhouse and become true leaders of our lives. So let's explore how you can become who you're meant to be. A free, radiant, joyful, and juicy creature of love who takes charge like a true leader does. Today, I'm going to ask you a question. What is your flavor, honey? I'm really curious. So what do I mean with flavors? Well, in this podcast, I will be talking about flavors as in qualities. All the qualities that you have inside that represent different parts of your being. I will be speaking about your inner masculine and your inner feminine. And before we start, I'd just like to emphasize that this has nothing, and I say nothing, to do with gender. So please know that masculine is not the same word as male, and feminine is not the same as female. The fact that we have those inner energies within ourselves says nothing about our gender, and if we're man, woman, intersex, it doesn't even matter, that is completely unimportant. In our universe really exists of polarity. There's light and there's dark. There's up and there's down. And there is masculine and feminine. And there is so much in between. And both of them are one. So it doesn't mean when I'm talking about masculine and feminine that I'm, creating more of a binary world here. That is absolutely not my intention. I'm using these words because they are quite familiar with us, because we all know what it means. And we have both of these energies inside of us. You could also say that it's yin and yang, for example, where yang is the masculine and yin is the feminine. Okay, so now that we've established this, now that I have had this disclaimer in place, let's see how this relates to personal branding. Now, personal branding is all about who you are on the inside and how you express that from inside to the outside. It is also about what you say and do to make a difference. So, personal branding, if you ask me, is always a work that starts within. It is inner work. It is not just the marketing side of things. And I speak about this very often because personal branding is usually seen as something that is only the visible part. Something that is involves, for example, your clothing or your makeup or the logo that you're showing, or maybe it is the design or the coloring, it is so much, is your photography. And these are all expressions. These are all visual and tangible parts of your personal branding. But people do not just see, they also feel and experience. Because in fact, your personal brand is experienced in so many different ways, on so many different levels. And primarily, people will experience you in a way that they cannot really see or hold on to. It is like this intangible feeling. It's just a full yes, or it's a not really, which is great, because, we're very experiential beings as humans. 95% of the decisions that we make because they feel right or they don't feel right. That is how we move. That is how we are driven. And that means that when you're building your personal brand, this starts within it, on the inside. People will feel once you're out there in the world and you're interacting with others, because that's what it's about. It's about interacting with others. They will feel whether it is congruent from the inside out or whether you're just putting on a front, basically, when it's just a fake kind of positioning, when it's a fake brand, when it's not authentic. People will feel that. and they will not like it. So still, the expression part is really important here. Because expression is actually, when you look at the word expression, expressare, it is Latin. It's about pushing out what is within. So, but what is that is within? What is within ourselves? Many times we don't even know everything that is within us. Because the thing is that all the qualities that we need to really be successful and to, for example, have a successful career, have a successful love life, a successful relationship, parenting, whatever, is all inside of us. Everything that we need is inside of us. The thing is, or the problem is that we've hidden many of these qualities. We've hidden them because we feel that they're not welcome or they're not appropriate. We have also sometimes maybe not even discovered certain qualities because we haven't had the chance to yet, you know? It is just because we focus on developing certain qualities or flavors within ourselves that we haven't gotten around to that. That's just simply the journey of life, you know? As we grow older, new things come on our path, you know, new things, new opportunities arise, and that will allow us to tap into different parts of who we are if we are courageous enough to actually embrace those qualities. Another problem is that we've overly emphasized certain qualities because we believe that they are the most important, and we kind of dislike the other qualities. Actually, let me give you an example or a few examples. Here's, because I see this division, you know? I see, for example, that people from the corporate world, you know, people who are in business, really focus on qualities such as focus, discipline, persistence, control, knowing, you know, knowledge, pushing through, and, you know, really, really pushing it. Confidence, results, and lots of taking action. And these are amazing qualities known as masculine qualities. They are a part of the masculine energy. And we definitely need them because they help us to actually manifest something. They help us to have, you know, fulfill our purpose. I also see, and this is something that happens to a lot of my clients who are more in the spiritual realm, for example. So they're spiritual coaches or coaches in the area of, you know, personal development sometimes, especially in the realm of spirituality. They focus on connecting, creating, doing inner work, feeling instead of knowing, for example. They trust and surrender instead of trying to take control. They follow the flow and never push instead of push through. They focus on vulnerability, and instead of doing, it is very much about being. And these are amazing qualities that we know as feminine energy. Now, the masculine without the feminine is very closed off, sometimes too rigid, and does not hold space for our humanness. The feminine without the masculine will just float and be very, very chaotic, not getting anything done. The problem is when we dismiss one side of the equations. For example, we dismiss our inner feminine instead of embracing that part and unifying both. And here is where the business world and the people who are very spiritually aware can definitely learn even more from each other. Now, there's good news here because as we can see, and especially if you're already on a spiritual path, you may see that there is a huge awakening going on. People are becoming so much more aware. And I definitely know many very inspiring entrepreneurs who have understood the power of embracing both these qualities. They are entrepreneurial, they will take action, but they also allow the universe to work through them. And they allow their inner feminine to come through. They are the ones that manage to unify both. I believe that we have all of these qualities within ourselves. We have an inner feminine, we have an inner masculine. And one of the ways to become more aware of that is, for example, to look at, you know, what qualities do I overly emphasize and overly value at this moment. I've just mentioned, I will just repeat that for another time. that the masculine qualities are, for example, the masculine is focused, disciplined. He's very persistent, likes to be in control, be very steady. He knows, focuses on knowledge, will take action, actually manifest. He's very confident, result driven, and will get shit done. Whereas the inner feminine, she is about love and connecting. She's very creative. She will go deep into the soil to do the inner work and in the dark and process her feelings and emotions. Instead of having clarity and being in the light, she will trust the dark and surrender to the unknown to actually process and become even stronger. She will follow the flow instead of pushing it, like I said before, and she dares to be vulnerable. Now, these are all amazing qualities. So where would you say that you are on this equation at the moment? Now, just to remind you, you have both. You have your inner masculine, you have your inner feminine. They're all there. But for example, when it comes to your work, in your business, in your job, which qualities do you give most space? And which qualities could you give more space, actually? Could you bring out more? Because the thing is, if you're, for example, ignoring your inner feminine and you're always pushing through, well, I don't know, just look around you. Look at how many people have gotten a burnout, and have pushed through too far, have ignored their hearts and their inner humanness. And maybe you feel that you're tired and exhausted. One of the reasons could be is that you're not listening and trusting enough. You're trying to control a situation. You're trying to control your job by always pushing, because that's what you've been taught. There is a chance that you're not balancing your inner feminine and inner masculine enough. That is a very good opportunity, good chance. However, for example, if it's the other way around and you feel like, you're not getting anything done and you're always, maybe sometimes floating a little bit too much, like, but I just don't feel it at the moment. I don't feel the drive. I think I'm just gonna relax a little bit more. And you're all about the connecting bit and you just want harmony with your clients. Sometimes it might be that you need a little bit more of your inner masculine that will get shit done, that will take action, get results, and create that clarity for yourself. Either way, whatever qualities that you might want to develop more, look at how you're starting your day, for example. What is the first thing that you're doing in your day? Now, if you know that during the day you will automatically go to your inner masculine, something that will happen to me a lot, my inner masculine is very, very strong. I am definitely someone who can manifest, who can take action. And that means that over the years, I have ignored my inner feminine a lot, the feminine energy. And it was exhausting at some point. I was always trying to control things. I was always really focused. I would work 80 hours a week. And that really deprived my inner feminine of relaxation, of just being able to connect and to just trust that everything was going to be fine. I was actually trying to control a lot in those years. Because I felt that if I didn't have the control, if I didn't keep working on this pace, that I would probably lose my clients and that I would not have the safety of enough income, for example. And I was being led by that. So I look at how I start my day because I know that this masculine energy is very much present in me. I will look at how my day wants to start. And I know that a lot of leaders out there, a lot of mindset entrepreneurs. Now listen here to the word mindset entrepreneurs. They will tell you that you need, for example, a ritual that require an hour of working out in the morning, that you need to get up at a certain time because that's what successful people do. And I believe that that is flawed, that concept. Because if you stick to those rigid forms, rigid ways of, getting up at 5, going for an hour workout, pushing through, regardless of how you're feeling, that is a very masculine approach. That will definitely help if you're very much into your feminine energy. That way it will help. But if you're already in a job that really overly represents the masculine qualities, masculine energy, not male, masculine, in that case, I would say you actually need more feminine. So look at it. What is it? What is your go-to energy during the day? And then go for something opposite so that you can actually bring out the qualities that you usually dismiss a little bit. So for me, it is bringing out my feminine. For me, it is really about taking some time during the day to burn some incense, just do some rituals, maybe do a little bit of a dance, going out into nature. For me, that is a way to slow down. The feminine energy is about slowing down. It is yin energy. It's calmer. It's more inside. The masculine energy is more outgoing, more a higher energy. So just, look at how you're starting your day. Look at how you go about your day. How can you integrate more of the other energies so that you will nurture yourself and nurture all of yourself? Because the thing is, as soon as we start embracing all our inner parts, all these different energies, and allowing them to flow, we will feel a lot more whole on the inside. Instead of depriving ourselves of all these amazing qualities that are just waiting to be tapped into. And you deserve so much more than that, and you can become so much more than you think you are. I hope that helps. Ciao. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're hungry for more, please check out my Brand Rebel app in the App Store or the Play Store. Just simply type in Be a Brand Rebel and you will find it instantly. It's free and it's fun. For now, have a magical day. Stay raw, stay real, and stay rebelicious.